We're out here at the moment for the Tyson Fury fight. You're a big boxing fan. There's loads of memorabilia around this building. Anthony Joshua, massive shock with Andy Ruiz Jr.
Right.
How do you see the state of the heavyweight division in boxing at the moment after that big shock?
Listen, I met Eddie Hearn here. He was here in town the week that he had some fights here. And finally, Eddie Hearn and I got to meet. And he was a cool guy. We had great conversations. I think that the first thing he should have done, he should have locked up Tyson Fury and he should have locked up Deontay Wilder. He should have done whatever it took to make that happen. And put on those fights, you know, and then at least that way, if Anthony Joshua got beat, it's against one of the top heavyweights in the world, taking nothing away from Ruiz, who many told, I heard that Freddie Roach had told a buddy of mine that he worked with Ruiz years ago and said Ruiz is one of the hardest punchers he's ever worked with, and believed that if he caught Joshua, he could knock him out. And that he did. I think that I've said from day one that I think Joshua could be a big star. Good-looking guy, speaks well, love the way he fights too. I think boxing's never been in a better position than they're in right now. You know what I mean? You got Joshua out there, you got Ruiz, you got Fury, you got Wilder. Awesome. The heavyweight division is better than it's been in a long time. You know, if you look at the Klitschko era, people get mad when I shit on the Klitschkos, but how can you not? That era that those guys, they were boring. It was terrible. And they lay on and jab and outbox everybody. And now you got four exciting, explosive guys with great personalities, real punching power to finish fights. Couldn't be better.
Do you think that loss will help these fights get made as well? Because a lot of the criticisms of the heavyweight division is that the fights don't get made enough between the big guys. I suppose it's boxing in general. But now that Joshua's lost, he's lost that undefeated thing, that fear of losing is gone. UFC, MMA, the loss doesn't kill you off like it has done in boxing recently. Maybe
it is true.
Since the Mayweather thing, it's the Mayweather effect a little bit, isn't it? Do you think that loss to Joshua will hurry up the fights being made?
I think so. I do think so. And I believe that these guys should just be all fighting each other anyway and just round robin to see who the best is. You know, believe me, when you put the best against the best, there's plenty of money to be made for everybody, you know? I think it's great, man. I think it's great. I think that these guys all need to get together and just start making these fights, and they all need to start fighting each other. It'll be an exciting time for boxing. It'll really, the paddles where they revive you, defibrillator. It'll be like the defibrillator on boxing right now. This is exactly what boxing needs. It'll really get the heavyweight division kick-started, and it'll create a lot of interest, not just here in the United States, but around the world. And I think this is a really good thing for all of those guys that are involved.
Ring Magazine has Tyson Fury #1 now. Where do you have them ranked?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I disagree with that, you know. He looked great in the Wilder fight. Wilder crushed him with that shot he hit him with, and he actually got back up, which is crazy. When Wilder hits people, they don't get back up. He actually did. And that Wilder-Tyson fight is a fun fight. Yeah, I'd say he's #1 right now. Be tough to not call him #1.
And then Wilder second?
Yeah, you gotta.
And I suppose you go Ruiz third?
Third.
Joshua fourth?
100%.
Tyson Fury, you must look at him and the way he speaks. UFC's so good at making stars, you know, stars that transcend into mainstream. You must look at Tyson Fury, someone that talks like him, and think, oh, you like him around here.
All three of them. I'm telling you, all three. I think that Tyson Fury is awesome. Love his story, love his personality. Then you look at Deontay Wilder, no brainer. Deontay Wilder's awesome. I think I don't understand how he's not a bigger star here in the United States than he is. And Ruiz, love it. Love his story. Love the way he won the fight. Everybody talking about his physique, and the guy punches and hits like a mule kicks. I love it, man. It's just, I'm telling you, and then you have Anthony Joshua too. It's a great thing for boxing. I think boxing is in the best position they've been in I don't know how many years before the Klitschko era.
And Wilder Fury 2, rumours are, or it sounds like it's signed and set to happen early 2020. Wilder Fury 2, how do you see it going?
First of all, let's start here. I think Wilder Fury, business-wise, is going to do 1,000 times better than it did the first time, especially with all the other things that are going on, including how good the first fight was. And then I don't know. Now they've both been in there with each other. They both know each other. They both, they felt the power of each other. It should be a fun fight. It's a fight that I'm interested in. It's a fight that I will either buy or go to.
And who do you think is going to win?
Holy shit. I don't know. I honestly don't know who's going to win, which is what makes it fun. You know what I mean? The problem with most boxing events is this guy versus this guy. Minus 2,000 because this guy's going to win the fight or should win the fight. You can't do that with this fight. This Fury-Wilder fight is a pick'em. Who knows who's going to win? That's what makes the fight big. That's what makes the fight fun. And that's what makes everybody want to watch.
We should get you a job at BT. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.